Hi Tebogo, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Good.
So today we're at Slay Kids. Take us through the vision of Slay Kids and how you came about starting the business.
Okay, so one thing that I always kind of say is that I basically grew up in the hair business. I was born in a hair salon environment. It's something that is second nature to me. And I had a first business in Soweto, which was a hair salon and a car wash and a chisanyama. And I wasn't able to be there because of the location, first of all. Especially in business, I realized that location is key. You can start a business, but if you're not in the right location, you don't get the right clients. So I was practically breaking even. And I saw a market needed for customizing hair, and the way that we're still putting on wigs is very backwards.
Yeah.
So we basically, me and my business partner Felicia, we started the business basically on the fact that we wanted it to be like a boutique place where a woman comes in, she feels comfortable, it's very intimate, it's basically a wig and makeup, hair, nails, one-stop shop. So you do everything at once. And obviously catering for women around here 4 ways, which is a really nice developing area for, you know, young people aging from the ages of 21 to women in the ages of 50. We wanted to do wigs that are custom made, that don't look unnatural, that you don't feel like you've got a carpet on top of your head.
Yeah, makes sense.
So that's basically the vision, and you know, through that, we've got our own glue coming, our own glue coming out, and we've also got our own products coming out. So we're going to have a makeup line, and it's also going to be an online shop.
Okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense. So, I mean, take me through you as an entrepreneur. You grew up around a very entrepreneurial family.
Yes.
Do you think that's what's encouraged you to be an entrepreneur, or do you think, you know, it's always been innate in you?
It's always been innate in me, because I always say not everybody can be an entrepreneur. People, you know, it doesn't give you security, because you actually actively have to make money every single day, and sometimes you don't, and it's very risky. So it needs somebody who's actually confident and that's willing to take that risk. That's why most people get into jobs. But I grew up in an entrepreneurial family, so maybe it just came in with it. Like my dad was like a person that used to talk to me a lot. I used to work at the salon from a young age. From the age of 9, I used to write people that come in, and you know, all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. And I mean, your dad is definitely, you know, well known and was a legend in the salon space.
Yeah.
Do you ever feel a little bit of pressure to live up to his name, or do you feel like you're going on your own lane?
I'm going on my own lane.
Okay.
Yeah. I definitely know that I'll make it by myself. I don't feel pressure, because this is actually such a passion for me. I love making women feel beautiful. You know, I always believe that there's so many people that don't show the process of what it takes to feel a certain way.
Sure.
So you would look at women on Instagram, which is a very high pressured place, and a lot of girls will be so insecure, thinking that they can't even reach looking like that. Not to say there's nothing wrong, you are really beautiful on your own, but if you get enhanced, I swear anybody can look like Beyonce.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, it's, you know, you just need the right products and the right team, and Another thing actually that we wanted to be doing with Slay Kids as well is we also having a school where on holidays we'll do summer camps for young girls, teaching them makeup, and also we're in the process of getting CETA accredited, so I also want to give back.
That's beautiful.
Yeah,
so that you can empower other women.
Yes, because on holidays in varsity, they can do makeup for their friends, they can customize wigs, you know. So when I go and do my talks in high schools, I end up basically also just recruiting 1 or 2 of the girls that I'll choose, that I'll do a competition, and they come in to learn how to do wigs and all that kind of stuff, which is a skill.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
And why do you think there's so much of an interest in the beauty space, particularly now, you know, in South Africa as black women and white women, but why do you think there's such a big sort of gravitation towards beauty and enhancing yourself more and more?
It's society, you know. It's so high pressured. People edit pictures. People are starting to feel the pressure, because now it's in everyone's face. There's always that celebrity on TV, but now everything is on our phones.
Yeah.
So you actually, a lot of women feel a lot of pressure to look a certain way, you know, and I think that's why there's so much focus on beauty. And in terms of me as an entrepreneur, I feel like beauty is like petrol.
Yeah.
Every woman needs lipstick, and it's a business that will never stop.
Yeah.
No, it will never stop. It's
It
like
won't, yeah.
it's as good as food.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it is one of the biggest industries in the world. But I mean, why your interest in beauty?
I generally used to be such a tomboy. My friends,
Really?
yeah.
Wow, okay.
I'm actually a tomboy. Like I generally am. And my friends, now when they look at me from the Tebogo 10 years ago, they're
Yeah.
like, what happened?
Yeah,
I learned how to get into makeup and actually start looking a certain way. And I make a lot of money off social media. So I always have to be looking good. So I thought, let me just make it a business, you know?
that makes sense. Okay, moving into social media, how did you get into the space?
So basically, like everybody else, just to post pictures and show my life. And, you know, it's like Facebook and all that kind of stuff. Then I started realizing that we could actually make money off it. When I traveled to the States with a bunch of my ex-business associates, and we went to America, and we realized how people actually make real money from this. And then I started actually taking it more seriously, you know, posting pictures. I mean, to be honest with you, 3 times a week I shoot content
Yeah,
just for my page.
yeah,
So it's not like I wake up, put on makeup and just walk out. No, it's actually planned. It's actually
Okay.
content, and a lot of the brands I'm endorsing put pressure on you to shoot that kind of content. you
Yeah.
know? So social media for me is, I went to film school
yeah.
after. I graduated from after. On my 3rd year I was pregnant with my son, and if it wasn't for social media, I probably wouldn't have had an income. Because after that I went and I worked as a booker, a modeling booker in an agency, and I was earning 5,000 rand, and my rent was 3,000, the nanny was 1,000,
Sure.
and I had to survive over 1,000
Yeah,
rand.
yeah,
So firstly, that's when we realized, okay, you need to be an entrepreneur, because
Yeah.
I can't
Yes.
live up to, like, I can't live like this.
Yeah.
And I used to take a bus from Rosebank to Killarney. Okay, that was also included in the 5,000.
Yeah.
So where's the food and all that kind of stuff
yeah,
coming from?
definitely.
So I realized that with social media you can make money, and that's how I got into the space. I needed to.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't wait to go to auditions and wait to be chosen to produce, and you know, it's especially the film industry is also a very niche market. You know, it's who you know, and at that point I didn't know anybody. So it was either becoming an entrepreneur or waiting for a casting, which is unpredictable.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay, that makes sense. And then let's just get to know you a little bit more. So, as far as I know, your parents passed away when you were very young.
Yes.
What impact has that had on you?
it's been it was difficult, but it taught me to be very independent. My mother committed suicide when I was 9. So she was a depressant, and then my father was murdered when I was 15.
Sure.
So I mean, I had a great life. My mom was a nurse.
Yeah.
My father was an entrepreneur. He was one of the founders of Principal Products. We lived okay. We lived in a nice house in Roodepoort. Never struggled. You know, never lacked anything. And when they died, it's crazy. People don't know what it's like to be an orphan. Especially at that time of your life. 9 years old is when you need your mom. 15 is when you need your dad.
Yeah.
You know. It's like they cut off your wings. Like it
Yes.
feels like they've just cut off your wings, and you're sitting there and you're just confused with all
Yeah.
these people that you don't know. And you know, I've said with a lot of orphan girls, people don't understand. It's very painful. You don't have unconditional love.
Yes.
Nobody loves you unconditionally like
Yeah.
your parents.
Yeah.
People can just give up on you. So, you know, I found myself out there in the world by myself, and I had to be independent, and I was vulnerable. Very vulnerable. You're vulnerable. You're vulnerable to everyone.
Yeah.
Which is a character that I'm still learning to get out of. You end up trusting just anybody
Yeah.
because you don't have any better. Do you know what I mean? You
that
don't
makes
know.
sense.
You don't know how to protect yourself because you just want affection from friends. You want to impress the world because you're so alone. You know, and it
Yes.
was lonely and difficult.
Yeah.
You know, being an orphan is terrible.
Yeah, definitely.
It's terrible. I remember when I was giving birth and my mom wasn't there. And I was sad
Yeah.
because my mother was not there.
Yeah, to hold your hand through.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
That
So I had to
makes
do that by myself
Yeah.
with my sister.
Yeah.
She was my birth partner, you know.
Yeah.
like my sister. So my dad got remarried and he has another daughter.
Okay, that
Yeah.
makes sense. And how are they as a support system to you?
They're younger.
Yeah.
So I was the one that
you
took
had
care
to-
of them.
Yeah.
You know, it was difficult because I had to now take care of people as well.
Yeah.
That's also, I inherited their kids.
Yes.
So after they died, my parents died, I inherited their daughters. And
Yeah.
sometimes I'd be like, I don't have to go through all. So from them getting their period and from them, you know, making mistakes, from so much stuff, it was my problem.
Yes.
And you know,
Yeah.
hence some people will be like, wow, you're 36 and you should be further. I'm like, yeah, because maybe I had to take care of so many people and now actually I can focus on myself.
Yeah,
You
that
know?
makes sense.
Yeah.
And then why do you think people say that? Because I think you've had a very successful career. Do you feel that way?
No, I don't feel like I'm completely successful, which I will get there.
Okay.
But I should be further. I always believe.
Okay.
But that's one thing you learn in business. You have to fail.
Yeah.
You fail a lot, and it's not complete failure. It's learning.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Definitely.
I failed. I've had more than 6 businesses. Some have not done well. Some have done well. You know, maybe out of 6, the 2 are the ones that are helping me survive.
Yeah.
The other 4, you know,
Yeah.
I haven't reached the peak yet, and I feel like maybe by 40 I would be at my peak. I feel like that's when I'll be more beautiful, more successful, more
Yeah.
happier.
Yeah.
You know, because I've had to get rid of so many kind of things for me to get to where I am. You know, and it's also important to find good business partners, people that you can work with the same level of and the same work ethic.
Speaking of business partners, I mean, you guys have had controversy even just around your business partners. What do you think is the most important thing you've learned about finding a business partner and someone being in line with your vision?
You have to be someone in line with your vision in terms of work ethic. So my work ethic could be like I work 24 hours and then
Yeah.
the other business partner just doesn't want to work.
Yeah.
They want to work 2 hours.
Yes.
That causes fights, it causes animosity, it
Yes.
causes resentment,
Yeah.
it causes you to be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And people must understand when you get into a business, you practically are marrying the person because you're signing to say that we are partners.
Yeah.
We will make money together, we will lose money together, we will be with each other. So it has to be somebody with the same work ethic as
That makes
you.
sense.
Yeah.
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 And then just going in a little bit into, so you have a son, and you know, you having grown up, having to raise your siblings, and now your son, you know, what sort of things do you hope to impart in him?
Hard work, to be a good person, to be careful, to not be so trusting,
Yeah.
and to be happy with his own space. You know, and to kind of know his goals now. Like he's 12, but he's got a general idea what he wants to do. You know what I mean?
Okay, that
So
makes sense.
it needs to be at a point where I feel like my son at 15, he should start his business already.
Yeah.
And then, you know,
Yeah.
start making a small income, and that's what he's going to spend. By the age of 15, I'm not giving him money.
Yeah.
He's going to have to work.
Sure. Okay.
No.
Yeah.
I'll buy him a car when he's 18,
Yeah.
just because that's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
You know, if I'm rich enough, hopefully I can get him a house, because it's so difficult to even get property and all those kind of things at a young age. But
yeah.
those are the things I'll give to him, but everything else he's going to have to look for himself.
And why is that important for you to teach him?
It's, you know, security gives you confidence. And himself, he has to have security for himself to be a confident man moving forward and to be a good father and a good husband and, you know, a good son. That's why I want to install that in him. I don't want him to lack.
Yeah.
And he's the only person that can make sure that he doesn't lack. He can't ask it from everyone else because nobody owes you anything.
That makes sense. What principles do you live by? Give me like 3, 4.
Hard work. Being conscious all the time. Obviously prayer. And the fact that I learn every day. I'm not perfect. And I'll never be perfect. And I always also believe that you must slay.
Yeah. Yeah. That's clear.
And I always do, when I do my talks, I always tell the girls, you know, if they take the perception of slay queen and it's always like these dumb girls, which is funny. I always say, I was even talking to one of my friends, Tembi, and I was like, before, girls with big asses were not dumb.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden they're dumb.
Yeah.
No, we're not.
Yeah.
We're actually very intelligent.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
Yeah.
You know, because we've even had to work harder, because back in the day it was nice to be skinny. But like, we, you know, I always tell her that, I say to the girls, slay, and I have a definition of saying, S is for staying in your lane, L is loving yourself, A is arriving with confidence, Y is yesterday is gone, but you can redeem yourself. So if you start having that perception in your mind, you know, slay doesn't mean that you have to be perfect all the time. You can redeem yourself. So I guess those are the kind of, you know, my mottos that I live by.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Do you feel the pressure to, when you go out, to always look a certain way?
No.
No. Okay.
I'm a human being.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
To be honest with you, like, sometimes my friends would be like, oh, you didn't go out with makeup. I'm like, to be honest with you, I'm a human being. I'm not going to do this every day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I can't do this every day, because it will make me a bad person. I feel like it will make me so self-centered. Everybody will have to always wait for me. I have to be perfect.
Yes.
Nobody's perfect.
Yeah, that's true.
And I can't live my life like that. You know what I mean? Yeah.
And do you feel the need to prove yourself a lot to people?
I've stopped caring.
Okay.
I've stopped care as long as I know what I'm doing is right for me. I've literally stopped caring. I've stopped caring about what people. I've had so much controversy that I've stopped caring what people think about me or what they say about me. It's my decision. It's my life. It's my bills that I'm paying, and it's got nothing to do with anybody else. How I achieve it. It's what's good for me.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So it's like people, you know, before I used to wonder and say to these girls would be like, you're a role model, and I'd be like, I'm not really. I'm just a person living my life, and if I can give you advice from based on what I've done, I've made mistakes. I'm nobody. Like, I'm not perfect. You know what I mean?
That makes sense. And what kind of leader would you describe yourself as?
Assertive, very strict, nurturing though, and hardworking. Yeah.
Definitely. And I've heard you mention hardworking quite a lot. Where do you think you get the hard work from?
The fact that I got bills to pay.
Yeah, but not everyone is like that.
No, I am. To be honest with you, if I could chill at home and just have money coming in, I would love to just go on holiday. I'm a Sag. I love traveling.
Yeah.
I stay here 1 month, and like after a month, I need to be out of the country.
Yeah.
I'm out of the country at least once a month.
Yeah. And where
And
did
I've been
that
doing
come
this
from
traveling.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think it's just in me. I love traveling. Like, I need to leave this place because I learn more when I'm out, and I feel like I'm more relaxed. I can be more myself.
Okay.
Because I guess nobody knows me.
Yeah.
So I can go out and party and be in Ibiza and just, live my best life.
Yeah.
But here it's a bit difficult. So I enjoy traveling. It's a way of me to just kind of get my brain together,
And what's your favorite place so far?
Funny, Hong Kong.
Okay.
I love Hong Kong. Paris. Love Paris. And LA.
Okay.
I love Los Angeles. Yeah, those are my three. I'm a city girl, so I like urban.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And why would you encourage people to travel in South Africa
It
particularly?
opens your mind. It opens your mind. You learn new things. You meet contacts.
Yeah.
A lot of contacts by traveling.
Yeah.
You make relationships by traveling. People that actually can just see you for who you are.
Yeah.
Not for what everybody said about you.
Yeah, that makes sense. And you mentioned something very important there about contacts. What's the importance of networking?
Your network is better than I always say your network is your net worth.
Yeah.
The people I could travel the world and stay in a mansion and I wouldn't have to pay for it because of the people I know.
Yeah.
Do you get?
That makes sense.
Yeah.
And what sort of skills have you learned in networking? So if someone was like, how do I start networking? What advice would you give them?
First of all, the internet is a beautiful place. I'm such a firm believer of the internet.
Yeah.
You meet people by what you portray. So have a good portrayal on your page of your true reflection of yourself. Through that, especially when it comes to Instagram, YouTube, or Twitter, then people get to know you, and then people that are like-minded will contact you.
Yeah.
That's the best way.
That makes sense.
That's the best way for me. Some of us are not people that like to be out that much. Like, as much as I do club hostings and stuff like that, it's not my most comfortable thing because I don't really have a thing of being shy. I'd rather being in front of the camera acting than going to a live place and having to interact with people. as much as I'm friendly, it's it's still difficult. So if somebody says, some people are shy, they can't, but online you kind of not really shy. You can talk to people.
To anyone.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Yeah.
And I mean, speaking of the clubs, you also run a company that does source whatever women to work in the clubs, like bartenders, etc. So I mean, some people would argue that there was that whole scandal. Would you say that you're doing anything unethical in that?
How am I doing anything unethical when you're giving girls jobs?
Yeah.
So what must they do?
Yeah.
Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
And that was a scandal. It was not a truth.
Yes.
Because everywhere else in the world is a normal thing to have club hosts.
Yeah.
A club, people go out to drink. They need pretty girls in the club to give an ambience.
Yeah.
And I saw a niche in that market, and I approached clubs and I said, I can provide this for you. It's good money, and the girls also make good money. What they do after, that's got nothing to do with me, to be honest with you. Just like any adult is responsible. I'm not responsible for people's children, but I can at least help them get somewhere. I said yesterday, I've got a group called the Bellas, and the Bellas work Monday to Tuesday, and with the Bellas, they dress very provocatively, but they are waitresses. Because a lot of the clubs, they don't have women waitresses.
Yeah.
So now they actually become waitresses, and they make commission from the table. If you bring a table and you spend 10,000 rand, you get 10% of commission.
Yeah.
That's good money.
That is good money.
In a month, people go to work 9 to 5, and they'll end up earning 10,000 rand for 9 to 5, excluding transport. You still have to pay transport.
Rent,
these girls can make that in 2 nights.
Yeah.
If they work hard enough.
Yeah. That makes sense. And what skills do you give them? Mixology
classes, interaction with clients. They become bartenders, which is a skill. Makeup skills. We also give them grooming as well.
Okay, that makes sense. And I mean, going back to the point that you made earlier, do you feel successful? And you've said no. Why? What is your peak?
My peak is to have 5 different incomes coming in without having to break my back. Do you know what I mean? So we've got 2. Let's wait for the other 3. Yeah.
And I mean, in terms of everything else in life, what would make you feel more successful in your personal life?
I'm happy with my personal life. People always think, oh, why don't you want to get married? I do, but it's not something. I would love a partner that I could be with.
Yeah.
And we hang out.
Yeah.
Who's obviously very successful.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie about that.
Yeah.
So if there's anybody watching this, please don't come to me for no money.
I love the honesty. Yeah.
Don't.
Yeah.
I'm high maintenance.
Yeah.
Even myself, I'm high maintenance myself.
Yeah.
So, successful guy who's ambitious.
Yeah.
As we have to say, because if you say rich, they'll say you're a gold digger. So I need an ambitious guy.
Yes.
Who can be my best friend, who's not judgmental, who
Yeah.
I can hang out with. But that's good. I'm not trying to have any more kids.
Yeah.
So I'm happy.
Okay.
With my son, I want him to be
The best he can be.
best he can be, for him to finish school and be out of my house. And that's probably when I'll probably think about getting in a relationship. So maybe like 45, maybe get married at 50.
Yeah.
To hang out until the end of time.
Yeah. And just
If it's forever, why do I have to do it now?
I mean, you could extend.
I can
forever.
extend. Let me just
I get you.
it's forever. If I'm going to meet somebody and say, okay, I want to marry you, it's forever. So forever can be from 50 to 70.
Yeah. And
Good 20 years to spend with someone.
no, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, you've lived your life. You're enjoying
I
it.
really have enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Just someone to hang out,
Yeah.
travel.
Yeah. That makes
And I would
sense.
like to meet somebody who's got a kid. Sorry. I'd like to meet somebody who's got a kid so that I don't have to have more kids. So,
Yeah.
that's also it gives me anxiety when I meet a guy and he's like,
Yeah.
he wants more kids. I'm like,
No.
I gotta go.
You done? Yeah.
I'm
Makes
done.
sense.
One is fine for me. One
Yeah.
boy. I'll be a great stepmom.
Wow. Well, you've heard it. So, I mean, I guess my other question to you would be, what do people not know about you? Something interesting.
I think I'm funny. I think I'm hilarious. What else? I think I am a great cook. I cook really well. What else? I don't know. I think I'm super stylish.
Yeah.
And I think I don't know. I don't know what people would know about me, but I think those are one of those things. I'm very homely.
Yeah.
Yeah. People
And-
think that I like want to party all the time. I actually don't.
Okay.
I like chilling, cuddling, watching movies,
Yeah.
cooking for my family. Yeah.
Yeah. And what's your favorite thing about yourself?
Physically or
Both. You can do physically and your personality.
my waist.
Okay.
I love that.
Yeah.
I work on that.
Yeah.
My waist. And my personality is that I always pick myself up.
Yeah.
Yeah. One thing about me, it doesn't matter. I don't get pushed. I always pick myself up.
Yeah. And in terms of picking friends, how have you found that? Because your industry is very interesting, Do you feel the need to be with friends with people who are also in the public eye? Or, how have you picked your friends?
A lot of the times, I've actually picked my friends to be business partners. I always
Okay.
find a skill in someone, and I'm like, okay, we could work together.
Okay.
Then you become friends through that. I
Yeah.
generally, then besides the friends that I grew up with, who will always be my friends.
Yeah.
But generally, I pick people when I see a certain talent in them, and I feel like we can work together to kind of, I think there's friendships, as much as the friendships should be. Because sometimes maybe if you have a friend and their success is maybe a bit higher than you, then you find that the other one will think that they're better or they're getting jealous.
Yeah.
That whole jealousy
Yeah.
thing,
Yeah.
which I've experienced, where the other friends will think, oh, you are jealous of them, and I'm not a jealous person, but I
Yeah.
feel like you need to work with friends that you guys can have a common skill or bring something together. A lot of the times, and that's how a lot of times I've made my friends.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
And your friendship with Tembi?
Oh my God, that's my boo. Funny enough, I met her in the bathroom in the club.
Yeah.
I thought she was so gorgeous. And then we started chatting and I realized there's a lot of things we can work together with.
Yeah.
So she was under my agency before.
Yeah.
And then obviously she branched out.
Yeah.
But it wasn't even on a bad note. We
Yeah.
spoke about it and for her brand to improve. And,
Yeah.
she's one person that we exchange ideas with, and she's a sister, and I find that we kind of have a lot of things in common.
That makes sense. And just as a final thing, what would you like to leave people with? Like, what would you like them to learn or to know? Anything?
Just keep going, even if the world puts you down and keeps breaking you. Don't worry, the end product, that's what you should have in your mind, because it's not easy, it's hard. Life is hard, and people sometimes think that they're alone. And, after what I've been through, if I can survive having a heartbreak at such a young age, and, you can always redeem yourself, and don't think you ever a failure.
Yeah.
And, because things like depression are real. And,
Yes. Yeah.
once you start seeing that depression, just tell it to go away,
Yeah.
and, just keep trying.
That makes sense. And I mean, speaking of depression with your mom and everything, is it ever sort of a thing you think of talking about more, or?
Well, see, a lot of the times, depression is also genetic.
Yeah.
It's a genetic disease. In my family, every second daughter gets it. My mom's side.
Yeah.
So I didn't get it.
Okay.
But my sister did.
Yeah.
She's fine now. She lives in Germany. But sure, it's painful watching it. Because in the beginning you think we are AFA, but actually when you start getting into it, you
Yeah.
realize that this person is not doing this to themselves.
Yeah.
So I didn't forgive my mom for a very long time. I thought that she was selfish by leaving her daughters here in this world
Yeah.
to fend for themselves. But when I see my sister, I actually forgave her.
Yeah.
Because nasa kids, she didn't akazenzanga ukuthi abe njalo. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think it's a sickness.
Yeah.
A very, very sad sickness. Very sad sickness. And to watch, at least if somebody has a sore and you see the sore growing, then you understand it's painful because there's a sore.
Yeah.
But this internal pain, it's so painful when you watch it happen. You actually, like, I want to cry just thinking about it,
Yeah. Yeah. That makes sense.
And I saw the extreme of what depression can do.
Yes, yeah. because your mom.
Yeah.
Definitely. I'm
Yeah.
sorry about that.
No, it's fine.
And I mean, do you think like you would like to be more of an advocate on that issue or no?
I would love to be an advocate on that issue. Hence, I do the talks in high schools.
Yeah.
Because if I had learned what I know now at the age of 16 and 18, I would have realized that it's not that bad. Guys, it's really not that bad.
Yeah.
You can, actually, there are people that are willing to listen to you. You're
Yeah.
not alone, you know. And in this social media, in this social media world, it's worse for girls to get depression.
Yeah, definitely.
It's worse. Everything is so accessible, you know. Yeah.
Yeah. And is there anything you would say to your younger self now?
Yeah, choose your friends carefully. Live your life for yourself. Nobody owes you anything. And work hard. And go to school.
Yeah.
Finish your degree. Finish your high school. That's what teaches you logic.
Yeah.
People don't understand. That's why we need to learn 1 + 1 = 2. Because it gives us logic.
Yeah.
People must stop dropping out of school.
Yeah.
Some are lucky they can drop out of school and make it in life, but finish school.
Yeah.
The pressure, you have time. I mean, I thought at 20 I needed to party. I'm still doing it.
Yeah.
It doesn't end.
Yeah.
It's a cycle.
Yeah.
Just continues, you know what I mean?
That makes sense. Well, thank you for this. It's been great. You've been great. You've
Thank
been
you.
amazing. And yeah, please do subscribe, like, comment below, and tell me what you enjoyed most about this interview. Thanks.
Thank you.